everyone, welcome back to Tech Finance Overview. So Monday comes from this check and what Janet Yellen just said. First, the PPP is coming out on Wednesday. Businesses with more than 20 employees will be completely blocked from applying for the PPP loan starting Wednesday for 2 weeks. This is an effort to provide smaller businesses the opportunity to get in line for a Paycheck Protection Program loan, which is forgivable money if you follow the rules of the program. If you haven't signed up for the PPP yet and you're self-employed or running a business, go to a website like, I don't know, but there are a lot of websites. All you need is your tax return, corporate tax return if you have a corporation, driver's license last month, bank statement, and they usually ask you for a voided check as well. If you have this information, it takes like 15 minutes, bang it out, do it, apply, and that's it for the PPP. Now in fairness, so there are a lot of links for it now. So you can see your money evaporate. Oh gosh, sorry. That's a reference to the market being really rough today. So you could see your money making 7% in interest. Now what's ever left, but I'd have to be careful for is, like we said in the last video, stock market is red, absolutely red. So Janet Yellen spoke today. And let's keep going with the update. Janet Yellen spoke today, the American Rescue Plan. She says it gets money to the people who need it. She spoke this morning on the New York Times column with an anchor from CNBC, which looked like an interesting mix. But anyway, rental assistance, stimulus checks, unemployment, child tax credits, all of these things are tools to get money to people who need it, she says. And she says that the money we spend will pay for itself. She says that interest rates have been drifting down. We don't need to be worried about inflation. Just look at traditional measures. Everything is fine. There's no need to panic. No need to worry. Banks are doing really well. Everything is absolutely fine. Now, just whatever you do not, I beg you, do not look at the stock market. And especially not what companies like Tesla are doing today, because it's really doing bad. And it has nothing to do with being down a lot, but okay, so yeah, that was just a quick joke. So moving on. Anyway, let's instead move on to the other things Janet Yellen talked about, like how they about financial transactions tax. Are we going to say financial transaction tax? Janet Yellen might not think so. She says it's worth looking into, but she's worried that the financial transactions tax would end up hurting retail investors more. Instead, she says, instead of trying to stimulate the economy and bought or stimulate the government's pocketbooks, that's more like it, by taxing people when they buy or sell stocks. She says that focusing on corporate taxation is much more important. Raising the corporate tax, Donald Trump really lowered during his 4 years. That was 30% plus range, but was now at 21%, so they want to bump it up back to 28%. She's also not in favor of wealth tax because it's difficult to implement, but does believe that eliminating the stepped up tax bases could be worth looking into. And she talks about how Bitcoin is extremely inefficient and it takes too much energy to process and, create proof of work. This is something that has been a very large criticism of Bitcoin, though Bitcoin fans say, hey, the modern monetary systems also use a lot of energy, so let's be real here. It's the same thing anyway. We are 20 days away from the expiration of COVID relief. The House Budget Committee takes up the COVID relief bill today. The bill is expected to get voted on in the House of Representatives either Friday or Saturday. And Nancy Pelosi only can afford to lose 5 votes. And 5 Democratic representatives in the House end up siding with Republicans. The bill will still pass. But if 6 votes against the bill, then the bill will fail in the House. And it won't even go over to the Senate, where its outcome is already outknown. So the bill would get voted on Friday or Saturday. Nancy Pelosi said like that. I'm pretty sure she said it. So it's going to be voted by 22nd, 23rd. But then again, it's Congress. So we'll probably be watching this vote on Saturday. Then we'll see it go on over to the Senate, which, by the way, as soon as tomorrow, we expect that the Senate parliamentarian could rule whether or not the $15 minimum wage will be eligible for increase as part of the budget resolution bill that we're expecting, or the budget reconciliation bill. Now, according to Punchbowl News, Senators Bernie Sanders put out a statement Saturday saying that he is confident the Senate parliamentarian would rule that raising the minimum wage is permissible in a budget reconciliation package. Now we'll obviously see. So here's kind of an outline in terms of the time frame of what we can expect to happen here. Tuesday, well, maybe today, we'll hear something from the House Budget Committee. Maybe not tomorrow, we'll hear from the parliamentarians. So maybe tomorrow we'll know whether or not we're going to see the minimum wage happen, or there are going to be a lot of votes against the minimum wage being part of the budget recon bill. Then it's very likely that Joe Manchin is going to vote no on the bill, and Chuck Schumer will have to remove the minimum wage from the bill as or provision to actually get the proper Democratic votes. Even if Joe Manchin goes for the minimum wage, we still have Kristen Cinema, who might vote against it because she is anti-minimum wage provision, though she recently hasn't been super vocal about it. So she had a political interview about 3 weeks ago. I haven't recently heard her call saying she will definitely vote against the stimulus package, so we'll just have to wait and see. Comes tomorrow, as usual, there's a lot of wait and see, but anyway, make sure that if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do. We're at 13 subscribers. It would be great if you can reach 20. Hit the like button, it would help us massively for the YouTube algorithm. That was the daily update, and hope to see you guys next time.